Alright, welcome to part 6 of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Basics tutorial. We're really getting in depth now. We're going to start talking about some other things that haven't been mentioned yet, but they're getting a little bit more advanced. But before we go there, let's talk about throwing, okay? Throwing was a big part of the previous Versus games, and I get the feeling it's going to be a big part of this one as well. So how do you throw? Certain characters have different kinds of throws, okay? There's what's called a regular throw, which everyone can do, and then there's something called a command throw, where you have to do a certain motion with your controller or joystick in order to get that one to work, and usually those either do more damage or they have special properties, okay? So, first we'll talk about the regular throw. To do a regular throw, all you need to do is walk next to your opponent, and when you're directly next to them, you press towards them plus the heavy attack button at the same time. So you saw what happened there. Wolverine grabbed Dr. Doom, threw him to the ground, and beat him repeatedly. Now some throws, if you mash the buttons, you'll actually get additional hits. Now you saw, I mashed the buttons and I got 9 hits. If I don't mash the buttons, I only get 5 hits and then I jump off. Getting more hits means getting more damage, okay? Now, certain throws have special properties, where after you do the throw, you might be able to follow it up with something. I honestly have no freaking idea if Wolverine can in this game. He used to be able to, so I'm going to test it right now. We're going to mash. Alright, I was too far away. Let's go for a super after this and see what happens. Alright, so his throw does not seem to have those kind of properties in this game. In previous games, you used to actually be able to follow up. In addition to the ground throws, like the one I just showed you, and I call it a ground throw because we were standing on the ground when we did it, there's also backwards throws, where instead of holding towards your opponent, you hold backwards and press heavy attack. And you saw what happened there. Another completely different throw. This time, Wolverine jumped on Dr. Doom's head, beat him a couple times, and threw him to the left. So usually, whatever direction you press when you try to throw, that's the direction that that character is going to get thrown. And similarly, if you press more buttons, you will get more hits, as you just saw there. Now, there's also something called an aerial throw that certain characters have, and Wolverine happens to be one of them, where just like I did on the ground, if I happen to end up being next to Dr. Doom in midair, and I hold towards him and press the heavy attack button, I do an aerial throw. And aerial throws can sometimes, and I say sometimes, can be really good because it seems like they allow you to do off-the-ground juggles more often than some other throws. And as you saw, it worked that time. Did you see what happened? Wolverine has this attack where if you hold down forward and press medium attack, he does a slide move. And it looks like if you do his aerial throw, and then the slide move when you land, you can continue to hit your opponent. What I'm going to try to do now is slide move and super and see if it works. Oh, no, it looks like it's not fast enough to actually work. But this is the beginning of what's called an off-the-ground tactic, meaning your opponent's on the ground, you knock him back up in an attempt to continue juggling in a combo. And I'm curious if I can get this to work. Nah, he missed. I'll try one more time. I've never really tried this before. Alright, sorry. I just want to try one more time. Now it looks like Wesker's too slow. But there are certain partners that will come out, and they're so fast that if you off the ground, like I did there and juggle, that they can actually continue the combo. Like Wesker might have come out, punched Doom, and then maybe I might have been able to launch him after that punch. So that's how you get really advanced juggles. And as you go through the mission modes in this game, you're going to see that a lot of the combos in the mission modes that involve partners, that's exactly the kind of combos they are. They're ones where you do a certain move, you do a follow-up move that's either an off-the-ground or a juggle, and then you call out a partner, the partner continues the combo, and then you launch and continue the combo yourself. So those are the basics of throwing and some of the things that you can do to follow up a throw. Now, there's also this thing called throw escape. Throw escape is basically the way that, in this case, Dr. Doom, if he was getting thrown, he can get out of it. All you need to do for throw escape is if you see Deadpool walking up and he goes for a throw, all you're going to do is you're going to do the same exact thing Deadpool's doing. You're going to hold either back or towards, and you're going to press heavy attack. And here's what happens if you do it successfully. Saw what just happened? Deadpool tried to grab Dr. Doom, but Dr. Doom's having none of it. He's like, back the hell up, boy. Get the fuck out my face. Get off me, son. You don't know me. So, it's really good, and in fact, I remember yesterday was pretty cool. I was Wolverine, and I walked up to my friend, and I went to throw him like this, and he teched, and I did it again, and he did that. Just what just happened. He did it twice in a row. So he perfectly timed 2 tech hits twice in a row, and then time ran out, and I ended up losing the match, which was pretty neat. It's not too hard to do. You just need to have an eye for it, like have an eye for what throws look like, and know that when you're about to get thrown, that you need to basically try to do a tech or a tech escape from the throw. Alright, so that is it for throwing. Now what I'd like to do is show you a team-up super, and then finally what I would like to do is explain off the grounds and juggles, okay, based off of ground bounces and such. So, first let's talk about the team super. How do you do a team super, and what the living hell am I talking about? Well, if you at any time press partner 1 and partner 2 together on your joystick, what happens is you do a team super, and depending on how many characters you have alive and how many levels you have, it's going to be a completely different experience. So, for example, right now, Wolverine, Deadpool, and Wesker are all alive, and I have 4 levels, so I have more than enough to do 1 level per character. So I'm just going to show you exactly what happened. I'm pressing partner 1 and partner 2 together at the same time. Here we go. And you see what happened? All 3 characters just came out. All 3 of them did a super move at the same time, which all attacked Dr. Doom at the same time, and they used 3 levels to do that, okay? And that is a technique called the team super. Now, if I only had 2 levels, so let me show you what happens if I only have 2 levels. Let me get 2 levels. Here we go. If I only have 2 levels and I try to do that, the game's only going to allow me to do enough to have 2 people come out, because you need 1 level per character. So let me do it again, and let me show you what I mean. Since I only have 2 levels, only Wolverine and Deadpool came out that time and attacked Dr. Doom, as you saw. So that's how you pull off the team super, okay? Now, what happens if everyone's dead, alright? And that's a perfectly good question. What if Wolverine were out here by himself? I'm just going to fight a little bit to try to get a level here. Alright, so I have a level. So Wolverine, let's pretend that Deadpool and Wesker are both dead. It wouldn't matter how many levels I had, because Wolverine's by himself. If I do a team super, it's not going to matter, okay? He's just going to do 1 super. But a really cool tactic that you can do, rather than having to do the motion to enable a super, is if you have a team, a level, and you're by yourself, if you do the team super attack, which is partner 1 and partner 2 together, watch what happens. Wolverine just did the Berserker Barrage X super, and I never did the motion for the super. Remember, the motion for the super... Try to get some level here. The motion for the super is this: down, down, towards, plus 2 attacks. I didn't do that motion when I did that super the last time. All I did was I pressed partner 1 and partner 2 together, and it enabled me to do it. This used to be a really neat... What the hell is Deadpool doing? This used to be a really neat way in the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 to actually do supers in a more quick fashion. And actually in that game there were certain characters who didn't have many supers, and if you did that, it gave them an additional super move. One of them was Rogue. She used to do a bunch of punches, which she couldn't really do a super like that without that. And I believe another one was Spiral, if I am not mistaken. But yeah, in this game it's still open to be seen if that is the case, if someone has a new super because they do partner 1 and partner 2 together. I really doubt it. I really doubt that they have that in here. But a really cool thing, which I can't really show you because I have all 3 characters, is that it's an easy way to combo a super into another super. If you're by yourself, I were Deadpool and I had 2 levels, I could hit partner 1 and partner 2 together right now, and he would do the gun super, like that. And then after that super was done, I could immediately press, if I had another level, I could press those 2 buttons again, and basically 1 super would immediately combo into the same super again. And that's a really advanced combo. I wish I could show you that, but there's really no way for me to kill off my team. Actually, there is. Hold on a second. We'll turn life recovery to off. But we'll do, alright, we'll do level recovery to on. And then dummy settings. Oops. We'll have the dummy be player 2, and then I'll actually enable my gamepad here. I just want to show you what I'm talking about, if I can, alright? There we go. So now I'm player 2 here. I don't even know what the buttons are. Oh boy. This might have been a bad idea. Oh, that's right. I don't want to kill Deadpool. Let me tag out. So I'm just going to beat the living crap out of Wolverine and then Wesker. I'm going to try to kill them both, okay? Because I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Alright, killed Wolverine. We'll tag Wesker in. You have to wait. Okay, now it's alright. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, let's get rid of Wesker. All I'm doing is this is Doctor Doom's level 3 super. I think it looks really cool. So that's why I'm just doing it over and over. It's also very damn damaging. Okay, so Deadpool's by himself now, and he has 5 levels. Well, he doesn't. That means that when he presses partner 1 and partner 2 together, he's going to get his gun super, like as you just saw. I didn't do the motion. All I did was press the buttons. Well, since he has multiple levels, if he does that twice, it'll combo into itself. Watch this. Oh, maybe this is a bad example. Maybe it actually doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't. He has some recovery time. But there are certain characters like Arthur. I'm 100% sure this works with Arthur. Arthur has this super where he throws fireballs, and he can repeatedly combo that super into itself over and over and over. If he's left by himself, he can keep pressing partner 1 and partner 2 together, and it works. So that's how the team super works. We're going to come back in part 7. We're going to talk about off the grounds and juggles and how exactly they work in this game. What is the advantage to doing them? I'm probably not going to do anything too complex because I don't want to confuse anyone. But once you see this part, you're going to understand how people are getting some of these long-ass combo videos and things that are going on. So we'll be back for that right after these messages.